creates the idea of stuckness.
Right. It's just that sometimes if
I lived next to traffic, the one thing that I would do is love it.
Right. Well, there's this...
Because once I love it, I no longer notice it. And when I longer notice it, then I am more in my blissful now moment, so to speak.
I feel like it's this, like, forced lesson of, like, you have to love the traffic and ignore it, and I do when I really get into a project and stuff, or you're not going to be moved.
It's just symbolic. It's just symbolic.
Exactly.
So if you cannot love where you are now, you will not love where you go next.
Right.
Love is the... There is a lot of resistance coming up in you now. There is a lot of...
right. The flow of traffic...
we're going to call it cynicism.
The flow
is one of your major...
Right. I understand that.
...densities that holds you in a place of unhappiness.
The flow of traffic, it is loud. Sometimes it actually, like, hurts my ears and bothers me and vibrates. It's a vibration.
This still is about frequency. This is not about the physical representation. And I know that's hard to understand, but what we will say to you is that you spend too much focus on it, just like the way that when you were talking about bringing in friends or more community, all you could think of was the vaccinated people. Well, in the same vein, you are doing that same pattern by focusing on the disliking of the traffic and finding many reasons to dislike it.
I find
but the person living next door to you doesn't even notice it. For instance, just as an example.
I find it interesting.
Why don't they notice it, Crystal? Why do you notice it?
I find it interesting watching different cars go by and stuff, but because I didn't grow up with it, I'm not used to it. I feel like they might have grown up with that constantly. It's like their background. Like now, a big truck just went by and my whole body vibrated, and I didn't really like that vibration.
Vibration is everything.
Right.
That could be an enhancing vibration. Can you not turn that around?
A really loud...
This is the work that we are talking about of bringing joy into the day.
So,
where you are now.
Enjoy a loud truck vibration.
You will carry this pattern with you, and you will use something else as the symbol of it wherever you go. And that will create this resistance or this friction. So clearing it where you are now is the ultimate goal. It is showing that you are the strongest of people.
I understand that. I feel like I've been working on that for 3 years, and I feel like I'm getting
You have not been working on it for 3 years.
Better with it.
Absolutely tell you that. You have been... What have you been doing with it for 3 years? Feeling disempowered by it.
No, sometimes I go out...
Feeling depressed by it.
And I watch...
Feeling unhappy about it.
Sometimes I go out and watch the traffic, and I like the different cars or things, but... Yeah, in general, I don't want to live on a highway.
We are asking you to ignore it. And you are refusing.
Yes, I ignore it when we're in these transmissions.
Yes. Okay, so how is that possible?
Because I'm interested in something.
Okay, so there you go. It's not got anything to do with the traffic. It's got everything to do with...
But in the question of us being able to move to a preferred reality, we really want to get that frequency where we're at. And
you will not get the frequency of the preferred reality. You will find another catalyst.
Right. So I'll just accept
do
that.
It where you are now, and then it's done.
So just accept that I live here, and that's it, and I have no choice and no ability to create a different place. I have to go with the flow.
And therein lies your difficulty. Therein lies the density.
No, that's the surrender.
And the lies that you tell yourself. You cannot tell yourself a good story. You always have to tell yourself a negative story.
I'm not.
And then you wonder why you feel negativity.
No, I'm saying surrender to what is.
Surrender is a form of excitement, Crystal. It is not a form of defeat. You're using the energy of defeat in this.
Right.
We are saying that the almighty surrender is a warrior-like experience.
Right. So you kind of feel like you're saying to force myself to like loud noises that I don't like.
But you forced yourself to dislike them.
I don't feel like that's true.
Well, you have. We are helping you here. We are cutting through the shit, so to speak, and giving you a truth to work with.
So you think humans have a good life living next to a freeway? I just don't believe that.
I don't think of it in the way that you do.
No, because you can't hear them.
I watch and I see. So this is one of the next things for you to use the subconscious formula on, isn't it?
Yes. But it's not going to change the fact that I don't want to live on a highway.
Your energy defending your stance of negativity, and in that exercise that you are doing, you are recreating the density that you so wish to get rid of.
Right. So I know my work on it, so we just have to move on to the next question.
We are not in judgment, and we would share that if you can let go of the need to judge this situation.
You are judging me.
We do not judge.
I know, but you're saying I need to be happy with the traffic, I need to be happy where I'm at, or I'm not going to be allowed to have anything different.
We are showing you the formula.
I know.
Towards inner happiness.
I know the
and
formula.
You are defending your limits.
I'm
That's
clearly
what is actually
right.
happening.
I'm clearly not able to do the formula, or I wouldn't still be here. So I need to work on it. I understand that.
And we would like the energy to clear now, so we will work with that this moment.
I didn't mean to go down that vein. It wasn't one of my questions.
We are very positive in our energy that when a density that is long-standing and it finds a different catalyst reveals itself, there is nothing wrong, nothing negative about that. It is something that the work involves. The work involves every aspect of the now moment, so to speak.
It feels like the pain body vein of being forced to like something I don't like. Much probably attached to the food at the table.
More of a revelation of what you do to yourself. In the sense that if life feels easier if you don't dislike something, you use a lot of force to not allow that freedom, because it is a form of freedom when you do not need to dislike things.
Right, and it just really...
The cars are just symbolic, Crystal. They are not the bother.
Right, but
they are very symbolic because for all intents and purposes it looks like a real